get ready. See if this actually works. Look at that. Welcome back to Berkley Local, and the room is full today. Why? Because the elite ruling council of the Berkley Chamber of Commerce is joining me for the first time in this room to test our chairs. Please join me in welcoming Tim Murad, who's the president of the Berkley Chamber.
Yep, sure am. Yep.
Indeed. Darlene Rothman, who's our executive director.
Hello.
Thank you for joining us. Katie Kutcher, who is events manager.
Yes, hi.
Hi.
And it's Kutcher, but
Kutcher.
Kutcher's kind of fun, too.
Okay. That's good. Let me,
Yeah.
Okay. Very good pronunciation. Okay. And last but not least, Chris Gross, operations manager. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. Is that chair okay?
I'm perfect.
Okay. We've never had anyone sit. Well, we've never had anyone sit beyond where Tim is, so this is a brand new journey for us. Welcome. We're here today. We have 26 minutes and 53 seconds to talk about the Berkley Chamber of Commerce. So, there's a bunch of summer events coming up for Berkley. There's a lot of exciting things happening related to like art and roads and cards and restaurants. But before we get to any of that, what on earth is the Berkley Chamber? What does it do? What's its purpose? Who wants to go first? Who wants to buzz in?
Darlene, go ahead.
I will.
Okay, Darlene.
So the Berkley Area Chamber, and it's area because we encompass a little more than just downtown Berkley, and we spotlight businesses to the local community. So we're here to support and enhance the local business community in various ways, bringing the public here, our Perk cards, our events. And really, we're happy when our businesses keep growing and new businesses say, we want to be in that area.
And what kind of businesses? Who joins the Berkley Chamber?
Anyone who owns a business can join the chamber. It can be, we have home businesses that has actually, that category has grown in the last couple of years because more people are working from home, and all the way to Beaumont Corwell Hospital. The Berkley School District, and most of who our members are small, independent mom and pop stores and independent restaurants. We services, accountants, realtors. It's the gambit. It's really small businesses who are also looking for an opportunity to network with other business people. That's one of the true values of being in part of the chamber, is really connecting with other business people and enhancing and growing their business.
And as executive director, what do you do for the chamber?
A little bit of everything.
Okay, very good. What's your favorite thing to do for the chamber?
Connecting business people.
Connecting them.
Yep. I say I'm a matchmaker, and it's in the business way. I'm my happiest when I connect two, three, four different businesses together, and together they grow together. They might create their own event. They partner with each other, refer business to each other, and that's really when the magic grows even further than we could ever imagine.
So you facilitate handshakes.
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. Now, Tim, you're the president of the Berkley Chamber.
I'm the president of the chamber, right?
What does that mean? What do you do? Well, she's getting handshakes, getting people to rooms. What are you doing?
So it's an elected position. So I'm one of, what's our board, 11 people, right? One of 11 people on our board, and I was nominated by a board member to be the president, and then there's a vote of the chamber members. And
was it a tough election?
no.
No. Okay. All right.
There was nobody else saying,
competition.
okay, yeah, I'll do
Okay.
it.
Very good.
So yeah.
No arm wrestling.
No arm wrestle, no fight, no big campaign, nothing like that.
Okay.
Thank God.
And what is that? You help sort of guide the vision of the chamber, and
Just try to, try to keep things going steady. Steady the ship and keep heading upstream. So and it was a challenge at first because my first year as chamber president was 2020.
Right.
So that was a challenging year, and we made it through it.
Navigated through
it,
COVID,
and then post-COVID.
Post-COVID.
And this is kind of really maybe the second year now where it feels like we're getting back to doing everything normal. So yeah.
Very good. And
Yeah.
is it an enjoyable position as president?
It
Would
can
you
be
recommend
challenging
it?
at times, but yeah, it's
Okay.
it's been I've enjoyed it.
So
yeah.
what any of those challenges stand out in your mind? Like
Well, just this year was a year of transition.
Okay.
Both Katie and Chris were brought on to backfill some positions, so this year was the transition year. So
very good.
yeah, so we're doing good.
Okay, Katie,
Hi.
what do you do as events manager, and how did you find your way into this position with the chamber?
Oh my gosh. How long do we have? 24
We are at
minutes?
22 minutes and 14 seconds.
So, how did I find my way? So, I was a board member for many years prior to holding this position. I owned a business, and Darlene, with her sneaky ways, said, "How would you like to be on the board?" So, I did that for a while, and it was very fun and fulfilling. We came up with some great events that way, and when our old previous event manager exited, Darlene was sneaky again. And
She just sort of shoved you in the spotlight. Gentle push.
And here I am today, but very, very new into this role, about a month old. But we also have somebody to the left of me who does the number side of things. So we're doing a joint role.
Okay, so you're coming up with the events.
I'm coming up with the events. Well, the events are already here. They've been rich in history in the
Scheduled,
chamber.
yeah.
So I'm coming in, doing the back end and the planning for them, making sure that we have enough vendors, sponsorships, all the tables and porta-johns are booked. All those fun things that you don't think about, I'm putting together.
Counting tables, counting porta-johns.
And people.
Yep.
And people.
Yeah, 'cause
Volunteers.
otherwise they're,
Volunteers is a
breathing,
huge thing. So
Okay.
today I would love to say, if you're out there
Okay.
and you're ready to join this great troop of people,
Yeah.
sign up to be a volunteer, because your day will be so much fun and you're going to learn a lot and you're going to see how the insides of a great event for the community.
And they should go to berkleychamber.com to volunteer.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And we have a couple of great events. I'm going to plug them right now.
Why don't you give me a quick rundown,
Okay.
and then we will explore them in more detail over the
Okay,
next 20
great.
minutes. Go.
Art Bash, Berkeley Street Chalk Fest, the Kit Homes, and Restaurant Weekend.
That is so many too quick for me to get the
Yeah.
pictures up, but we'll get the pictures up
Yep.
when we go into in depth. That's fantastic. So you've got those lined up. That's great. And then we throw it over to Chris, operations manager. So then, do you have to pay for the tables and the porta-johns and the what do you do? What are we doing at the chamber?
I am doing all the numbers.
Okay.
So I do the accounting and make sure that we're collecting enough revenue
Okay.
and trying to make money on each event so that we can do more events. And making sure the memberships get paid and accounted for. And I am digging in. Again, it's been a month, but
Been a month in this position.
Yes,
Okay.
and when I'm not here, I'm also doing accounting for other businesses, and the chamber accounting is more detailed than I would have expected for a small group of people. But we've got a lot going on, and I was excited to be involved in it. As a small business owner for the past 5 years, I could see that being a part of the chamber really brought business in our door. Doing the ribbon cuttings when we open the business, introduces in a public way the business to everyone and the businesses to each other. So it's interesting to see the back end.
And how is the budget line item for ribbon? Has there been an increase in ribbon cuttings, and therefore we have to double it, triple it? What are we looking at as far as or maybe that, I don't know if we want to get too, let any trade secrets
That
out,
is
but-
not one of our
Okay.
biggest expense items.
Okay. Is it all in scissors?
No, even the scissors, we use every different ribbon cutting. It's the same set of scissors.
Oh, very, very.
And they're really
economical.
large.
Yeah.
Really large.
Scissors.
Well,
Yeah.
we've changed that new
Okay.
aspect of it.
We're gonna go into detail about the scissors. Yes.
Brett Heights, I never actually knew how to spell or pronounce his last name. He is our new marketing manager. So
Okay.
he's would be our extra seat here. And so he's another employee. And they are taking the ribbon cutting, and now there's going to be their logo with actually part of the ribbon attached to it. So they have a keepsake. So that's something new.
Wow, very nice. And who does he keep the scissors at his house?
He does now.
Okay, so he's been entrusted
they're
with-
coveted, yes.
Coveted. Very good. Very good.
And they're sharp.
If you had to estimate how many ribbon cuttings per year do you attend? What do you do?
Maybe 10.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So almost once a month. Very good.
Yeah.
Within the
Just about
city.
Yeah.
once a month,
Okay.
yeah.
For new members who are opening a business or
Right.
things
Yep.
like that in the
And
city.
a lot just have foregone. They just either they open in the coldest part of the winter and didn't want to do one,
Okay.
or just they jumped in and things were just too busy. So there's several that haven't done it. So we're talking about doing anniversary things instead of just their grand opening ribbon cutting. But there's several coming up. There's just a lot more people coming into the Berkley area.
Yeah, people should look at
because-
berkleychamber.com for that list of upcoming ribbon cuttings and business
Yes.
openings. Very
Yep.
good, great. So those are those events that happen almost all year round.
Mm-hmm.
But then, as we've mentioned earlier, we have summer events that are coming up starting June, right?
June 10th.
June
Art Bash.
10th. Okay, so tell me, what is Art Bash? What do people need to know about Art Bash?
It's one of our stronger events that the Berkley Chamber puts on. Our partner in that, her name is April. She owns Catching Fireflies. She's, a business owner, and she helped create this really wonderful event. And she needed a business partner, and the chamber stepped in. And how many artists and vendors do we have? 160
About 160 vendors and
Artists.
Yep,
artists. Booths. They
Right.
sell
artists. Yeah.
art, crafts. There are food vendors. There is a children's activity section. It's a very, very family event. They fill the streets of 12 Mile. We shut it down for the day, and we have a big old party.
And artists have been registering since they can still register, or is it full, or what are we looking at right now in May?
I believe it's full.
Okay.
And the footprint of the event has due over the last couple of years to space them out so booths weren't as close together.
Okay.
Has made it's still same amount of artists, but there's more space to it. And it's the largest event in Berkeley, I believe, and it brings about 8,000 to 10,000 people.
Yeah.
Good.
And in addition to all the people that come to buy wonderful art at a great time before Father's Day and graduation and all these things going on, is that it's probably what we have heard is probably the busiest day on 12 Mile for the Berkeley businesses. So it's a win-win, bringing people to the community, and everyone wins.
Yeah, and I think it really does kick off the summer season in Berkeley. And it earmarks, like, here we go, bring on summer.
And again, the date for the Art Bash is
June 10th.
very good.
Yeah.
And then after Art Bash, we have another art-centric event, I think, on our list, which is not Art Bash, but it is instead.
The Berkeley Street Art Fest, July 15th. Just when you think, like, you're on vacation and I can't go to the Art Bash, we've got another one right behind it.
So what's the distinction? How do people tell the difference between these two art-themed events?
This is a more interactive event. We have actual live chalk battling happening in the middle
chalk
of the street.
battling. Okay. All right. Very
It's an
good.
interesting way to put it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a contest.
Okay.
Yeah.
And in what ways are the contents? What do you mean?
I'm going to let Darlene
Okay.
talk a little bit about the contest. Yeah.
Okay.
So there's different categories. It can be youth, adults, teams that can register for a chalk square, which is 5 by 5.
Okay.
And there is prize money, so it is a chalk contest. And so they come early in the morning. We used to open the event up early in the morning, but when a chalk artist is just starting, it's not as interesting as at the end when
Okay.
they actually have formulated their chalk design. And it's just a lot of fun. We have judges that go around, and there's a people's choice, so it's interactive for those attending to vote on the people's choice for the chalk contest.
And do you instruct the artists on what they're drawing, or how does it?
No.
What are they?
It's all up to what they want to do.
Okay.
It has to be family friendly.
Family friendly, yes. And there's young kids, there's, adults. There's, a family could get together and
As a team.
as a team
Yeah.
and
And in between all of this, we also have vendors selling art. And new this year, we're going to have like a more of a culinary arts section. So
Expanding the horizon of arts to just not be something directly on the road, but also something on a plate in front of you.
correct.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm working at the tagline right
Yeah,
now. 'Cause
you-
didn't
I mean,
realize it
you're
was
doing a
going
great
on.
job there.
Thank you.
Yeah.
How does okay? So that brings me the question of is if you want to be a chalk artist, how do you get involved with that? How do you sign up for that? What do you do?
That you go to the berkeleystreetartfest.com
Okay.
website, and the registration for chalk artists is open. It's open still for vendors, food vendors, and also the concept with the artists for this particular event is the name for that is Shop for Good, and so the art that is sold is either connected to a nonprofit or they are working with maybe goods that are coming from a third world country that they're supporting. It's not just I'm in business for myself. There's another component where it's helping in the nonprofit world. So that's where Shop for Good comes from.
And that coincides. That's happening at the same
That
time
happens
as
in the middle. Yeah.
Yeah.
We closed down Coolidge.
Okay.
So on the parameters of the street is where the chalk contest is. Through the middle is the Shop for Good, the food vendors. We have a DJ. We have other sponsors that have booths. And now add a component with the culinary arts.
So, like the murals that are being drawn are being judged and voted on. Is there a voting or an award with the culinary food? Or tell me what's
the
aspect
culinary.
of it?
We haven't gotten that far yet, so we're
Okay.
still in the planning stages of that.
Okay.
But I will take it to the board and we'll vote on it on Monday.
Okay. So right now, in other words, you're adding food vendors or these specialized. What is it? What's the detail? of
There
that?
have been a few food vendors, but now we're spreading it even further, and they were usually food trucks before,
Okay.
and there will be food trucks, but these are food vendors. We're actually working with Woodward Corner Market and some of their vendors,
Yes.
and they're active into this event, and obviously they know a few people in the food business locally. They do a lot local vendors, and so they're going to be tying it in with local food in addition to the food trucks.
And those vendors should also go to Berkley Street Art
Yeah.
Fest to get involved with this.
Because we are still taking applications for
Right.
all of
Yeah.
these things. Yeah.
Good, great. And the chalk budget is okay, or
Everything's great. We are also looking for sponsors
specifically
to-
for the chalk or for the entire event?
for the entire event,
Okay.
which you can also go on the website to register to be a sponsor. And that helps us fund all the fun for the day.
Very good, very good. So
And
those are the-
again, we're
oh, go
looking
ahead.
for volunteers.
Looking for
that.
volunteers who, of
Yes.
course, can go to Street Art Fest, or should they just go to berkleychamber.com or any
They
of
can
these
get
websites?
all of it through berkeleychamber.com, and as Katie had mentioned, at the events, it's a fun day. It really is fun, and what we have heard from volunteers that do it year after year is it's just a nice casual way to connect with the public, and if they live in the area, they're seeing their neighbors there, but it's a casual way of connecting with people, and on a nice sunny day, which of course we know we're going to get.
Someone's arranged that
just like
you've
today.
called.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
We've booked it with
Yeah.
God.
Well connected.
Do not underestimate the chamber. is what you're saying. Okay. Moving beyond art events, so the next event I have is in September 30th, Kid Homes. I think, Tim, you wanted to tell me what is
so
that?
this is something new this year that we're trying to launch. Our target was this spring, but we've pushed it to the fall. So Berkeley is a unique community in that we have well, I originally was told the second largest amount of kid homes in Oakland County, but I recently found out Royal Oak has one more than us, but per capita, we are one of the largest communities in the country to have kid homes. And if you might ask, what's a kid home?
Yes, in a nutshell,
Right.
what is that? Yes.
So back around the turn of the century, in the early 1900s through about 1940 or the late 30s, Sears sold homes through their catalog. They had a specific catalog of homes, and even Montgomery Ward sold it, and there were a few other companies that sold them too. Well, Berkeley has now existing 52 of them. Originally, I think it was 55 or 58.
Okay.
The number keeps fluctuating. So we came up with this idea kind of in late 19. So COVID hit, couldn't do it, and it was the first year we felt comfortable with asking people to allow the public to tour their homes. So we've got right now about 6 to 8, maybe 10 homes we're hoping to have lined up for this, and tickets will be for sale through the Berkley Chamber website. It'll be $25, and the tour will be open for like 6 hours is our target. So it'll be September 30th, and you'll get to tour a handful of homes. And the unique thing about these homes and the homes in Berkley is you've got very small homes, like 800-900 square feet, up to 200 to 2,500 square foot homes. So there's going to be a wide variety
kit
of homes. And one of the homes that is, it's not a Sears home, but it is a kit home, is the home that sits on the property of Roseland Park Cemetery. That is going to be part of the tour.
And are you leading tours or are you participating?
No, so it's going to be kind of you tour it yourself. We're going to have people, this is the one big thing we need is we're going to need volunteers, because we want to place 2 to 3 volunteers in every home, and we'll run 2 shifts of volunteers, 3-hour shifts. And if you're a volunteer, you get a free ticket, so that when you're done volunteering, you can go tour the rest of the homes.
Very good. And they can find out more information on that at berkleychamber.com.
Right.
We've got 6 minutes. We're going to keep going because the next event that I have on my list is something called Restaurant Weekend.
Sure.
What is
Restaurant Weekend. We did that after COVID. We used to do a bar crawl, and for many reasons, we felt we wanted to transition more into a restaurant weekend than just a bar crawl.
Okay.
So after, or maybe even during COVID, we started this. COVID was a long time, as we know.
Yeah.
So everything blends together. Our first one was 2 years ago. We got a bunch of participating restaurants, a fun trolley to take us all for one night, all to different restaurants and sample their specials that they put forth. Really, really fun. We're going to make it bigger and better this year. Details forthcoming.
Is there any new detail compared to last year that you can reveal right now about Restaurant Week?
Darlene is going to dress up as a leprechaun.
Wow, do you have the hat already?
I've got the height.
Okay, very
Or
good.
lack of it.
That's like 60% of a leprechaun. That's fantastic.
And spread the good cheer and good luck.
So we will be seeing the Berkley Leprechaun. What are the dates again for Restaurant Week?
I'm going to be out of town now.
I believe the 6th and the 7th. Yeah.
Very good. For that, so that's just the weekend with those restaurants.
Yeah, it really kicks off a whole month of activities in Berkley called Berkley Nights, and we work with the DDA on putting that whole month together.
Which is later in the fall.
Yeah.
But all year round, beyond that weekend, beyond that month, people can go to members of the Berkley Chamber, to their businesses. If they have something akin, it's not a driver's license, it's not a passport, but many of you are holding one. If you have one, hold it up. What is this? What are we looking at? What is this called? Anyone want to shout it out before I show
I'll
the
take
picture?
care of that. So this is the Berk Perk card.
The Berk Perk card, which looks like that.
So, yep.
Yes.
So what this is, it's a discount card. If people remember the old entertainment books you used to be able to buy, and there were coupons in there, and then it turned into a card. Well, that's kind of what this is. There's about 25 chamber members currently offering discounts on here, and it's got a QR code on the back.
Mm-hmm.
And if you scan that code, it shows you what the current discounts are. Okay.
Which
So
change from time to time?
They can
Yes.
change from time to time. The card's $30. There's 9 different businesses and community, like city halls in both Berkley and I think Huntington
Huntington
Woods
Woods.
too.
Okay.
Sell the card. It's $30. Another way you can buy this card is there's some nonprofits in the city, some PTAs. There's the Berkley, it's the Education Foundation
Yeah.
that is selling it on their website. When you buy it from those people, from those organizations,
Yeah.
50% of the cost of the card goes to the organization.
Very good.
I want to
Yes.
step in here
There you
and
go,
just shout out some really great discounts that this offers
Could
and
you hold
why.
up the card while you do
Yeah,
that? Thank you.
absolutely.
Go ahead.
If you were getting married and you got $300 off a dress, would you use this card?
Yes,
Yes.
I would.
If you're going to Woodward Corners and got $8 off of $50 you spent.
While
of
wearing the
groceries.
dress, yes.
Yeah, while wearing the dress.
Yes.
Because inflation's not fun.
No.
Yeah. Restaurants, retailers. It's such an awesome card, and it's really one of the things that taking the chamber into the future. And one of our biggest goals of this year is to really make sure that everybody knows about this card. So I can't wait to use it right after I get out of this podcast and do some grocery shopping.
Did you have something to add about
I was going to say the biggest user of this card at Woodward Corners might be Katie.
Or Quality Roots. We even have the marijuana businesses in here, and there's a lot of good, great sleep aids there now. So anybody can't sleep, go to Quality Roots.
with your Berk Perk
Card, yeah.
Berk, Perk.
Yes.
And you just sent me that Urge Juice.
Urge
if you want to do a
Juice.
cleanse,
A cleanse.
they're on here.
It
so
really, really.
yeah, so if it pays for itself.
It sounds like the response from the businesses has been very
It,
positive.
it really
and,
has.
Yeah.
and members of the public can get this card. You mentioned that somebody said something about beyond Huntington Woods, right? So the Berkley
Yeah.
Chamber obviously is in the city of Berkeley, but it encompasses a larger area. Who can
Right.
join? Tell
So
me about
it's the Berkeley Area Chamber of Commerce, and a lot of times, I mean, if our website just says berkeleychamber.com, but it is Berkeley Area. It always, well, it has been. They changed the name legally years ago, and we're coming up in this next couple of months called something called the Berkeley Bullhorn, because really what we want to be doing, there's a lot of things that are going on, and we already market to the public, but we want them to know even more about what's going on. So and to keep sharing the social media that our members are also putting out there. So that's a real strong focus of what we're going to be doing, and so that people know what's going on in the community, whether it's an event, whether it's the Berk Perk card, whether one of our businesses is doing some fabulous event themselves. We want people to know what's going on. And, you know, I always say we have the radius of people that come in general to our area, but there's a lot of destination locations that people are coming from much further, and we want to keep drawing people there. I just talked to a business the other day, and they were looking around where to have their business, and based on what their business is, they said no other place but Berkeley made sense for their business to come, and it's great to hear that.
And quickly, the final seconds. If people want to join the chamber, who are they contacting? How do they do it?
They can contact me, Darlene at berkeleychamber.com, and certainly go onto our website, and it talks about all the wonderful things we talked about today.
Very good. Thank you, everyone, for
Thank
enduring
you.
this. Thank you for sitting here, holding up your cards. This is your last chance. Berkeley Chamber, say something.
Berk
Go out
Perk.
and buy a Berk Perk.
Exactly. Fantastic. Thank you, everybody, and
Thank
we'll
you.
see you next time. I'm going to press stop. I should play some music. There it goes.